There certainly is no shortage of naval warfare games for the PC, but most are about warfare that took place when our parents were in diapers. Along comes Aegis, Guardian of the Fleet, to give you the chance to command a state-of-the-art U.S. naval warship during a time that's fresh in our memories, and using technology that's used to guard our shores today. You command a Ticonderoga-class cruiser in both defensive and offensive missions. Your starting point in Aegis is the operations screen. This is where you set your options and select your missions. If a single mission is too short and a campaign is too long, you have the third option of selecting a battle. The attention to detail in Aegis is awesome, and the graphics are of a quality rarely seen without digitizing photographs. How many commanders have CD players at their helm and check out the steam coming out of the coffee cup? Now that's detail. The omnipresent handset is your means of moving from screen to screen, although you do have some direct access. You'll find that there are a few basic areas where you'll concentrate your attention, and these are the areas which give you direct access to one another. There are 7 major battle scenarios, each consisting of several missions. You can select individual missions from within a battle, you can select a battle itself and play its missions in order, or select the campaign and play every mission from start to finish. These battle scenarios are real and represent fairly recent history. The exceptions are the Black Sea and Adriatic Sea, which have not taken place but are based on possible outcomes to recent events. Also, in 1982, the Ticonderoga-class warship was still undergoing sea trials and did not participate in the Falklands War. But if it had... This is the Area of Operations map, and it's where you'll form your strategy. A great feature of Aegis is that every map can zoom in and out over a broad spectrum. Different threats have different ranges of operation, and so do your weapons, so this will help you determine just when to act. All contacts are color and shape-coded. Triangles are air, inverted triangles are subs, diamonds are surface, and the M's should be obvious. Another universal feature in Aegis is that you can hook or select any target by pointing and clicking on your selection. It's a good idea to size up any threats in your operating area. A great way to do it is to consult the online James War Book, which is a modern warfare encyclopedia. By hooking your target and clicking the book icon, you can learn what the target is, what it carries, and what its range is. Boy, I've got a headache this big, and it's got Exocet written all over it. Looks like it's going to be a busy day at the office. I'd better take a tomahawk. When it's time for a closer look at the situation, you head for the Combat Information Center. This is the dark room with all the blinking lights you always see on TV. It's where you conduct all of your detecting and firing operations. Among your available tools are active and passive radar for surface and airborne threats, active and passive sonar for subsurface threats, and your fire control center, where you identify, select, lock, and fire on threats. The upper screens include intelligence, area of operations, and your tactical plot map. You can easily move into any of these systems by pointing and clicking. At any time and anywhere in this game, you can consult with the online instruction manual, which goes a lot further than the written manual does and is not half as tedious. You can select any system or function, and you'll receive all the instruction you need to accomplish your mission. And the best part is that all other operations pause while you're getting help. If only life were like that. When you prepare to fire, hooking the target yields a readout with its range, speed, and bearing. Select the appropriate weapon for the target. In this case, it's a surface ship that has entered a restricted zone. The target's close enough for a Tomahawk missile, but out of range for a harpoon, and I'm not waiting for it to get close enough, so it's thirds away for this bad boy. Despite how many times you've seen it or read it, you will be reminded by the digitized voice that you must declare general quarters before firing. When you do fire, you're treated to some great video of an actual missile launch. I'd like to see that taken a step further, with more stock footage of the missile in flight and even plowing into the side of an enemy ship. You see it in the news reports at the end of the mission, so why not in battle? The tactical plot map is a lot of fun to play with. In addition to the zoom feature standard throughout the game, you can move your view horizontally in any direction, and the plot table can rotate in both directions. This is a great vantage point for watching your weapon strikes. In fact, it's the only vantage point. I found it kind of cheesy that when you zoom in tight, the ships can bunch up on top of each other. I also found it odd that this is the only screen where you can adjust game speed. That should run concurrently with the zoom option on each map. Strangely enough, you can still hook any contact with your mouse, but only for identification. The whole post-mission debriefing process is especially gratifying. After being notified of the success of your mission, you're given a detailed breakdown of each event and its result. Pay attention to this report because it will give you a good idea of how much firepower it takes to eliminate various targets and which weapons are more effective, as well as your personal efficiency rating in the just completed mission and overall. Lastly, after your military debriefing, you get your 15 minutes of fame and a takeoff on CNN. These stiff news anchors give you a media version of what you know firsthand, and it not only uses the same stock footage you saw in the firing sequence, but it shows the missile in flight and hitting its target. I'd really like to see this feature on the fire control screen. I can't see how it would interfere with operations at all. Oh well, so much for Momar. Now let's see if we can teach Saddam a thing or two.